think it was important for our industry, and just to emphasize who WRSA is and what we stand for, is that we represent the game rancher, the landowner, but we are directly connected to the whole industry. Outfitters, the hunting fraternity, the tourism industry, and also the byproducts that's coming from our ranches. And yes, the impact started immediately when the travel ban started, just before the level 5 lockdown was announced by the president. At first, I think we all thought, something that will just go away, but we realized within the first week that the impact will be immense, and that we need the right information to show government the impact of it, and to make the right decisions to see how we can correct it and plan for future, and see how we can bounce back and help our members and help the industry. And we can only do it with the right information. And I think it was clear out of the 600 plus people that took part in the survey that the impact was really even bigger than we thought at that time. And as we go on week for week, it will just get worse and worse. I think yes, we fall under the rules of agriculture and land use, so we can continue our activities on the ranches. But we must remember that the movement of people and the movement of animals, that's what's making our industry tick and bring the revenue in. And with the travel bans, immediately all tourism stop, no clients can come in, and we must remember that we're just coming back 2 to 3 months marketing trips that cost a lot of money. And then the other part of pillar of our industry is live game sales, and the restriction of movement of game across province borders. The permit offices that's been closed only for very urgent permit applications could be processed, had a very, very big impact and a very negative effect on the industry, because it cut all revenue streams off immediately. I think our industry is very dependent on each other. Every pillar. We start with the tourism or photographic safaris, and then the hunting, and then the meat, and then the byproducts. If the one can't continue and can't operate, the other one will be affected immediately. And I think that's very important to understand that. And I think we've seen the decline in visitors at first, had a huge impact on the people with the lodges and the tourism business, on how they dealt and planned with their huge workforce. And then the hunting was a second one, where people in the beginning only thought that the clients will just postpone and we can hunt in June, July again. Is it clear that we will be very lucky if the effect of what's happening will get better before the end of the year? And I think it's more likely that it will be in the second quarter of next year. I think what was clear that came out in the survey is that the figures is close to 100% decline in our clients. The survey shows that we're talking about an 80% decline in clients since middle March, and then that the people that planning to rebook is a 74% decline from the same time last year. I think as we move on, that will be very close to 100%, because without traveling, we can't get clients in, and that will be the reality. And with the international travel that will most likely only open in December and maybe even later, we will also have a very slow start to the 2021 season. If we look at the live game sales, because that's actually all we can do now, that stand a little bit apart of the travel ban and clients and tourists that's not be able to visit us, is that the survey showed that there's a 52% decline. I think that is what the survey is saying now. But the impact of the economy and the lack of spendable money, I think, will also lift that number much higher in the next 2 or 3 months. We can see that the first auctions that's been planned is only in August, September, and it's most likely that they will be postponed, or it will be in a different format. And I think we must take notice of that. I think the turnovers will be significantly lower than previous years. If it make 20%, I will be very surprised. I think from wildlife ranching side, and we must also again remember that we're just part of a bigger industry. We take part with the different organizations on our WRSA platform, and I think what we can do now is to be in constant talks with government and negotiations to make sure that if there's any funds available, that we also benefit from that, and that we also make sure that the opportunities that will come in future, that will be right for that as well. But I think with the right information, daily contact with government and the decision makers, I think that will lead us and help us to make the right decisions and to get the best that we can for our members, but also for everyone that's involved in this industry. I think one thing that happened with this COVID-19 is that we're all in the same boat. And for us here at Wintershoek Safaris and Wintershoek Wild, it's clear that we're really in survival mode. I think we plan weekly what we will do next week. We try to keep all our people, especially all the skilled people, and we try to benefit from anything that we can to make sure we all survive. And I think that this will definitely take a team effort. But we are ready for the opportunities when it will present itself in the future. We just hope and pray that it won't be for too long. Our assumption is that we will be in business back in April next year, and we will really work hard to keep our heads up and above the water until then. And it's important to stay positive and not to believe everything you hear and what you read, and just to stay put and adhere to what the rules are, if we agree or not agree, and to make sure we're there in April next year.